right, we're going to do 8.5F today, which is distinguish between proportional and non-proportional situations using tables, graphs, and equations in the form y equals kx or y equals mx plus b, where cannot be 0. All right, so again, y equals kx is the same thing as y equals mx plus b. Y equals kx, mx plus b, those are the exact same thing, okay? The only thing that's different is the letter, okay? That one and that one, they're the exact same thing. It's the constant. It's what's always going to happen, okay? So m is your slope, k is your constant, but they are the same exact thing, okay? They are multiplied by some other variable. The only difference here is that here we have a b, which means that it's not going to start at 0, okay? Unless the b is a 0. Right here would be this, plus 0. So it's the same exact thing. This graph would look like that, or like this. It would start right at 0, okay? Where this graph can start anywhere. It could go start there. It's got a door. This is your door right there. It can start there, or it can start here and go down, or whatever. Okay, but this one does not start here unless this is 0, which turns into that. This is the same thing. Okay, so just remember that those two equations are the exact same thing. Y equals kx is the same thing as y equals mx plus b. There's no difference. All right, so let's do this problem. Okay, so we have the multi-step example. It says, which table does not show a proportional relationship? All right, so we have 4 tables, and we're trying to see which one does not show a proportional relationship. All right, so we have to look for the equation on each one. So let's make an equation for each one. Let's start the first one. All right, so the first one, it's got number of tickets and the cost. So I'm just going to put T and a $sign. And then we have 2, 4, 3, 6, 4, 8, and 5, 10. So they give us this table. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find slope. Okay, so slope, we can find different ways. We can find rise over run. We can pick 2 points, or we can find a pattern. So for time, let's just find a pattern. So over here, it's going +1, okay? And over here, it's going +2 each time, +2, +2, okay? So right away, I know my slope is gonna be, remember, this is tickets and this is dollars, okay? So this is gonna be my X value and this is gonna be my Y value. And if you look at almost every graph, pretty much 99% of the time, Y is gonna be on top already for you. Right, wrong. This is gonna be your X and this is gonna be your Y, okay? So if I do my slope, it's M equals change in Y over change in X. So my change in Y down here is 2, and my change in X is a 1. So that tells me that my slope is a 2. So mx plus b, so I'm just gonna put it in there, 2x, okay, plus b. So now I need to find what my b is. Okay, so let's find out what b is. All right, let me just switch my screen. All right. So now I'm gonna find out what my b is on this one. So I'm gonna pick a point on here. So let's say I pick this one right here. So here's my y, here's my x value. Okay, so let's go and make some room. I'm gonna put y equals 2x plus b. So my y value is gonna be a 10. So I'm gonna put 10, and my x value is gonna be a 5 right there. So I'm gonna put 2, 5 plus b. Okay, all I did was pick an x value and a y value. I could have picked any set of these, but remember, it has to be a set. It can't just be this x and that y. It has to be, they have to be together. So let's go ahead and solve it. So here's 10, 2 times 5 is 10, plus b, that's minus 10, minus 10. So I get b equals 0. Okay, so I don't have a b on this one. Well, I do have a b, but the b is a 0. Okay, so my equation really is just this, which right away tells me that that's a proportional graph, because the door starts right there. Okay, and then it's going to go up 2 and over 1 every time. Up 2, over 1. Up 2, over 1. So my line is going to be very steep like that. But right away, I know it's proportional. And this problem is trying to see which one is not proportional. Okay, so that one is proportional. Okay, so let's do the next one. All right, the next table is going to be, let's do B. Again, tickets and costs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9. The same thing. Let's see if there's a pattern. Remember, these are your X's, these are your Y's. Let's see. Over here, it's going +1 every time. And over here, there's a pattern also. It's +3. So again, changing Y over changing X. So that's going to give me 3 over 1 or just 3 for slope. So my slope is going to be 3. So let's make our equation. Y equals 3x plus b. Same thing. Let's find out what b is. Let's pick one of these points. Let's keep it simple and pick the smallest one. 1 is my x. 3 is my y. So 3 goes here. And over here goes the 1. All right, so let's solve for b. So I got 3, and 3 times 1 is 3 plus b. And I can already tell it's going to equal 0. So -3 minus 3, 0 equals b. So again, same thing. My door is going to be at 0. It's going to be a proportional graph. So that can't be the answer because this right here is a 0. Okay, so that's my equation. Or you could just cut it off here and just leave it like that. Y equals 3x, which is a proportional line. It's going to start here. It's going to go up 3 and over 1. Up 3 over 1. So again, my graph is going to look something like that. So that is not it. Okay. Next one says same thing, tickets and dollars. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 on top, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay. So let's find a pattern. 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 again. Okay. Now here's +2 plus 2 plus 2 each time. So again, I know my slope is going to be 2 over 1 and equals 2 over 1. It's changing y over changing x. So that's my slope. So my equation is going to be y equals 2x plus b. So let's find out what that b is. Pick a point, random point. Let's pick that one. 3 is my x and 7 is my y. So 7 goes there, 2 and 3 plus b goes there. 2 times 3 is 6. So this one's a little bit different. And then -6, -6, 7 minus 6 is 1. So this one does have a value for b that is not 0. Okay, this one has a 1. So over here, I can put a 1. So right away, just by looking at this, I do have a door right there. My door is going to be at 1. So if I was to graph this here, my door would be right there, right at 1. And then from there, it would do the slope, which is 2 over 1. I would go up 2 over 1 right there. So it would keep doing that over and over. Up 2 over 1 right there. Up 2 over 1 right there. So that's my line right there. But it's not passing through 0, 0. Okay, so this one is not proportional. Okay, let's go ahead and check the last one because that seems like it's going to be the answer. And the last one is tickets and dollars. Same thing as the other ones. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 on top, 2, 3, 4, and then I got 5, 10, 15, 20 on the bottom. All right, so same thing. Let's do the same thing. Pattern. Up here, it's going +1. Right here, it's +5. So I know my slope is 5. 5 over 1. Change in y over change in x. So I'm going to go ahead and put y equals 5x plus b. Let's pick a random point. Let's pick the last one. I got 4 for x, 20 for y. So I'm going to put 20 equals 5 times 4 plus b. 5 times 4 is 20. So I'm going to put 20 equals 20 plus b. And obviously, it's going to come out to 0 minus 20 minus 20. So I'm going to get 0 equals b. So my b value is going to be a 0. And like I've told you before, you can just cut it off, and that's your equation. Okay, so if I was to graph this one, my door would start at 0 because there's no b. And I would go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 1, over and over. And over 1, and that would be your line. But again, proportionality starts at 0, 0, so that one is proportional. So on this one, by creating equations for each one, I was able to see that they all didn't have a B, or they all had 0 for B, except for C. That's B is the one that didn't have. Okay. So that is how you check for proportionality on these situations. The one that does not have a, no, it's actually C. It's the one that does have a B. It has a value for B other than 0. All right, so let's look at all right, so that's how you do those. All you have to do is find out which one does not have a value for B, and that's the one that's going to be not proportional. Okay, if it has a value for B, it's not proportional because it doesn't start at 0, 0. It's going to start somewhere else. Anywhere else but 0, 0 makes it not proportional. If it starts at 0, then it is proportional. That's all you have to remember. Like I said yesterday with the situations, the real world situations, if it starts anywhere but at 0, 0, like when you're driving a car, this person drove 300 miles for 6 hours, whatever, and they're trying to find out if it's a proportional situation. Well, just ask yourself, if this guy drove 0 hours, well, of course he drove 0 miles because the car's not moving. Okay, but if they say something like the kid was saving money and his grandma gave him $100 to start saving money, and then he saved a certain number of dollars per week, then he's not starting at 0, 0 because grandma helped him out. Okay, so that's how you do this worksheet. Just check for proportionality, check for a B. So when B equals 0, it is proportional. Is prop. Okay. But if B is anything other than 0, it's not proportional. Okay, that's all you have to remember. And that's how you do these.